All right, let's talk about the glitter conspiracy. I'm going to use the Super Lunaris Tarot, and we're going to ask some questions about the conspiracy theory, about the most, I guess, their biggest client, and why it's like confidential and all that. So this is just meant for fun, entertainment purposes only. We'll see how this goes. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mel. And I will be doing some weird-ass tarot readings just like this. I also do witchy unboxing videos and Metaphysical Monday videos where we talk about magic, manifestation, that sort of thing, if that's your vibe. Don't forget to subscribe while you're here. All right, so the questions we are going to ask the tarot about the glitter conspiracy are, what is the nature of this glitter conspiracy? Just to, you know, get the feelers out there and get the ball rolling. Then we're going to ask, what can we know about the confidential client? So obviously the tarot's not going to give us a name because that's not how it works. It's up to our intuition to decipher. So I welcome your input as well on these cards, whatever is drawn. So why does the client want to be kept secret? What are they using the glitter for? How does this impact people, humans, whatever, like, you know, maybe if it, like, seems like it's in food or something, I don't know. Does anything need to be done? So what do we know about the glitter conspiracy? Glitterex is there are two main, I guess, glitter suppliers for the world or the country. I don't know. All right. So there was like an interview done, and basically they asked, you know, who's your biggest client, which is kind of what sparked the whole thing. Goodness. And the person said that they're not allowed to say, and they were like, oh, well, you know, can you tell us why you're not allowed to say? And, you know, because they don't want people to know who they are, who it is that's buying all the glitter. Okay, so weird. But then she went on to say, because the interviewer asked, you know, like, well, will we be able to will we know what it was if we saw it? And she said, she said you would never guess who the client is. And then they said, well, would we know would we know by looking at the product? Something, I'm not quoting verbatim here, so, you know, you might want to look up the interview yourself. It is available apparently all over the interwebs. And she said, if we saw the product, she said, you would see something, and would not elaborate. You would see something, that kind of thing. So, you know, being a little cagey. So that's our questions. Let's get to it. I'm just gonna, you know, get these probably, I'm gonna try for out of the way, but yeah, right. All right. Under my leg, that works. All right. I've been shuffling while I was talking. Okay. We want to know about Glitterex and their top client, and what the deal is, and why there's a conspiracy about it. Oh, I should add that the top theories for who it is include toothpaste, because there was a thing a while ago that said there was plastic in our toothpaste, and if you look at the ingredient of, I think it's Crest, I'm not sure exactly what brand or if it's all of them, it says plastic and it says aluminum something or other. And what glitter is, they explained, is tiny pieces of plastic that are like treated or coated with an aluminum something. But the aluminum something that's in toothpaste is a different aluminum something than what they use to make glitter. So anyways, other top theories include boat paint or automotive paint. Makes sense, but that doesn't align with what the interviewee said about, like, you would see something, like implying it wouldn't look like glitter. That would be obvious. So why would they keep that confidential? You know, why wouldn't that client want people to know that they're buying a buttload of glitter? Speaking of glitter, I also, I don't know if it shows up, for the occasion decided to glitter up my hands. So those are like the top theories. I think there was another one. I don't know. I think there was one that was sand to make their beaches look nicer, smoother, cleaner, whatever. I don't know. But there are a lot of theories out there. Let's see if we can make up another one. I don't know. All right. That's better. All right. What is the nature of the conspiracy in general? What is the nature of the glitter conspiracy? People aren't sure. like people, like, I don't know. Of the conspiracy and okay. Like, I feel like knowing the answer would help people make a decision about like a move or a transfer of some sort. Like, just I'm kind of almost getting shifty vibes. Shift, not shifty like sus, but like shifty like as in the shift. Kind of getting that, a little bit of energy of that, like, I don't know. Okay, so just overall the nature I'm gonna say is I'm gonna go overall with to kind of to create questions, to make people think. Like, this is kind of indecisive behavior, but we also have the infinity symbol here, so it's like a never-ending, like, it's almost like a loop of never-ending questioning, right? And then we have the swords are, the air energy of thought, intellect, communication, that sort of thing. The six of swords being about, going away from chaos into something a little more calm. And then we have the seven of cups is kind of about indecision. I get a little bit of unable to label emotions here. So again, with questioning and thought and decision making, I feel like overall the nature of the conspiracy is kind of, from a spiritual standpoint, to get people to think, I guess, to think about things, to, I'm not even getting like open your eyes to things, but just to think. Almost, oh, okay, so I just kind of heard to give people something to do. Give the people something to think about. Like maybe a distraction. I've said before, everything's a distraction from something else. So okay, it took us a way to get there, but I'm thinking that there might be a little distractive energy here. Like, giving this something, like, I went into this like, this is going to be a fun reading, just kind of something silly to share or laugh at, entertainment, right? But like, like a silly distraction, like, almost getting more of like, here's something fun for you to do. Like, you deserve something funny to look at. Given all of the chaos, left behind here. Like, we have all this chaos behind us, and so like, here's something interesting to look at, like, that I almost trivial distraction, not like distracting from a bigger problem kind of distraction. I hope that makes sense. All right, so now what can we know about the client, this confidential client? All right. Okay, there's two there. I'm gonna look at them, but I don't. Fuck. I'm gonna set these over here. I don't know if that's still in screen. I'm sorry if you can't see that. The Queen of Pentacles and the Devil. The client. What can we know about the confidential client? Definitely considering that. Big money, right? Queen could be feminine. And, I did kind of think there may be a possibility that it's like what they use in makeup products, like a lot of makeup products contain like mica powder, like maybe that's what it is. And like, that's why she said, you see, because like we put it on our faces. Anyways, so it could be kind of feminine leaning, like maybe a feminine product of some sort. Hopefully not those feminine products. Anyways, but the devil here is, I love the devil card in this deck. I'm hoping that's pretty well centered and focused. But see how like it's like a marionette under the water. So that's interesting. Now those jumped out, so they may matter, they may not. But I like to keep them out just in case they do play into it. More Queen, the Empress, lots of feminine energy going on here. The Empress is very much expecting. We have transformation with these butterflies. More thoughts with the swords too. Kind of interesting. So the question exactly is, what can we know about the confidential client? These are all female on this card. And then the devil is genderless. There's no implied gender there. I think one thing that stands out that we could maybe infer from what we can know about this big secret client is that it is either for females, maybe specifically uterus, just throwing that out there. Butterfly is a transformation, kind of almost like a giving birth, like the caterpillar is births itself into a butterfly. And then we have wings here as well on both of those. Also kind of interesting. And then more sword energy here. Also interesting is these two threes. Okay. That's interesting to me because threes are about like teamwork. And so it may, I'm also wondering if there's maybe like a triad, a company. So maybe we can look later. I mean, on our own, not together, because my brain doesn't work the same as everyone else's, but I would be willing to Google and see if there's some type of triad of companies that, and I'm drawing the triangle. Okay. A triad of companies, involved in female or reproductive product of some sort. Okay. Now diving deeper into like the actual meanings, I went with intuition first, going with actual or / traditional. Heartbreak, like, I don't think this is a company we want using glitter. That's kind of what I'm getting here for this. It's not like I'm getting with this heartbreak energy here and the devil that came out earlier. I'm getting that this is not something that's good for our bodies. This is not a nurturing thing. Potentially something to transform. Now, I did say possibly that I thought, and I'm sure I'm not the only one, makeup products. But again, that's also a transformative product with the butterfly. So not really, even though we have all of this like really badass feminine energy here, it's flanked by not so fun energy. So like, almost, okay. Like I want to put the bad cards on top, like it's covering it, like almost an oppression of women. Well, let's just see where this goes. So what can we know about the confidential client getting something targeted, maybe targeted for women that were just kind of rolled out very smoothly? I'm targeting women. So it could be a feminine product or a product. I mean, it could be just a product that is meant to attract women in some way. Okay. Definitely getting that. It's not a company that we're going to be happy is maybe in control of women's products, women's stuff in general. Also possibly some kind of triad or threesome of companies or 3 women, like a company that's ran by 3 women, something. That's what I'm getting by the company, or the confidential client. All right. So why does this client want to be kept a secret? Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles. We went from the women to the men. This is getting spicy, or interesting at least. Why do they want to be kept secret? So maybe, okay, I really, Victoria's Secret, the song is popping up in my head. The Victoria's Secret song with I know Victoria's Secret. She was made up by a dude. Okay. Going out on a limb here. Could this be telling us the company is Victoria's Secret? Maybe. It would be weird. We would be shocked. And we might be mad. And that is for feminine products. And then we got all of this masculine energy kind of coming out on top of it. And like, I don't want to put gender to the cards because that's not how I do. But the fact that there's multiples in each row is really kind of pointing at that. This is, okay, so the sentence that just kind of started to come out of my mouth before it was finished in my head. This is a binary issue. This is a binary issue. Okay. So, why don't they want to be kept secret? Because it's actually men. Like, so maybe they're hiding the fact that the company is ran by a man. Like, there's a female front person or something that's like the face of the product. But I mean, again, getting the Victoria's Secret vibes. Okay, so that's overall. Individually, I'm kind of getting like, I'm getting a lot of surrender or submission energy here. This page is bowing with his sword, head down, kind of almost like in a submissive stance or pose. This page over here of Pentacles is like handing off. It's kind of handing up. Look at that. Look at that. It's like he's handing it up to this Queen of Pentacles. You see how those two are interacting? Very interesting. And it's like this one is submitting to us, the people. And then we have this Knight of Cups is like a slow. He's not holding on to the reins. He's not going fast. He might be at a slow trot, if you will. But I feel like this is not. Let me reread the exact question. Why do they want to be kept secret? Because they're not going, it's not going anywhere. They're not going. I feel like this is an interesting, Oh my God. Why do they want to be kept secret? Because then they would have to submit to women. It would cause like a binary issue of kind of a male or aggressive energy having to submit to, because look at they're flourishing. She's literally creating a life. This one is transforming these butterflies, right? And this one, like, look at with the crown and everything. Like, I actually, when I got this deck, got this card, like a 5x7, and it's up in my living room because that's just a gorgeous card. Anyway, so we have this transformative, brightly colored, luxurious looking, creating, and these ones are like handing off. It's like a handoff. So that's what I'm kind of, that's why they don't, I guess it would force a submission of an assertive power is kind of what I'm getting. All right, let's move on. Ooh, sorry. What are they using the glitter for? That was a lot deeper than I wanted it to be or expected it to be, but what are they using the glitter for? Let's see if we can decipher anything from 3 cards. Ooh. Okay. We got a side card, Temperance. I'm gonna move those over here. Temperance, balance, taking it easy, one step at a time. When I think of temperance, I think of tempering, like if you're making like a custard. This is kind of like a old lady speak here, but you temper your ingredients. Like if you're adding raw egg to something that is boiling or hot, you have to temper it. You have to add a little bit of the hot to the egg first to kind of warm up the egg. If you just dump the egg in it, it's just going to scramble, right? Because the heat applied to heat from like the boiling milk would cook the eggs immediately and they wouldn't have time to blend, so then it would scramble. So when I think of the temperance card, I think of tempering in baking or cooking. So it's like a slow mix. It needs to be very delicate, like a delicate approach. Okay. But again, that was a pop-out card, so let's... The Hierophant, the 7 of Swords, and Justice. What are they using the glitter for? Okay, so this one popped out, and I immediately went to food, but that's my personal association with what temperance means to me and what that card kind of represents. It has a balance to it. There's that triangle. There's a triangle. Remember when we had these 3s and I was talking about a triad, I just kept drawing the triangle? Interesting. and which I think is a traditional symbol for that card. All right, so what are they using the glitter for? Hierophant, church, swords, swords. Well, we know there's a metal aspect to it because it does have aluminum, but the swords aren't made out of aluminum. Movie props? Why would that pop in my head? Movie props for some reason popped in my head. That's really interesting. All right, so what do I see? What do we see in these cards that would represent what they are making it for? Church, from the Hierophant, organized, any kind of like organization. Oh, I mean, like that one that, has the symbol that looks something like that organization. Perhaps maybe it's a church thing. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay, so then we have, but this is also a teacher. I also get like teacher energy. Then we have this Seven of Swords is sneaky shit, and justice, obviously. I mean, the organization, the Hierophant with the justice could be like a court system, a judge, an actual like having to do with like a court system of some sort. But this is being sneaky, shady, possibly theft. I'm not seeing like a specific product, but I'm not getting the feminine vibes. Weapons. So immediately I kind of said swords, but we don't make swords out of aluminum. But is there a weapon that's made out of aluminum, maybe? That could contain plastic? Okay, this is really far out there, but this came to me and I'm gonna say it. Is there a pew pew? That's why do we do that? That's not how you do it. Anyways, is there a firearm that could be made out of plastic and aluminum that might be able to elude metal detectors? Firearms of some sort. I'm really getting weapon vibes. That's interesting. All right, so I'm going to ask the last two questions. I'm going to put these all back in here. Oh, the bottom of the deck was the Knight of the Swords when I went to add the cards to it. Another sword. And the Knight of Swords in this deck is depicted by a female figure. So a female wielding a sword. I don't know. Valkyrie, Amazonians. Amazon? Like Amazon? Wait a minute. I like to just sit and let words just fall off my tongue and see how they relate. That could be interesting, because a lot of times it's kind of accurate. You just got to take a weird path to get to the answer. All right. We're going to ask, how does this impact people, and does anything need to be done? Those are the last two questions. 3 cards for each question. Possible clarifiers. Ooh, I keep messing this thing up. Boop. All right. How does this impact the people? Humans, life forms. How does this impact? So I don't know if this is just a US thing or a world thing. How does this impact people? There's that Empress again. Fertility. Oh. Those each came out for a separate question too. Oh man. How does this impact people? Well, I feel like it's Okay, I'm just gonna lay this out here, and feel free to call me biased, whatever you can if you want. Like I said, entertainment purposes only. It's like the birth. Okay, so the Empress can have like birth, something being birthed, something new, new arrival, something, you know, giving birth to an idea, that kind of thing, or pregnant with thought, or pregnant with, you know, have you a pregnant pause, like, you know, there's something growing but it's like quiet, like that kind of thing. That's what I'm getting here, is like a birth of a submission that takes us from chaos to calm. That, if I just were to put that in a sentence, how does this impact the people? So but you know, the Page of Swords is about bringing a message too. Like he's laying the sword out, like it's in a submissive pose, but that could just be asking for permission too. So this could be like asking for permission to relay a message. Are you ready to hear this? Are you ready to receive this kind of energy as well? So yeah, if I were to answer this question in one sentence, how does this impact people? It's the birth of a new of a submissive era, kind of, that takes us from chaos to calm. So this could be a good thing, maybe. No. So yeah, but it could just be like it could be nothing, honestly. All right, let's ask if we need to do anything. Do we need to do anything? Is there anything we should be doing? The people that this may birth a new reality for, or a new way of thinking, or a new way of communicating? Is there anything we should do? Okay. Okay. That's an interesting flow. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups. It's the same number. The Four of Wands, the Four of Cups. So now we have 2 4s in a row, right? And there's that 3 again. So we have the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the 8 of Swords. So it's like a celebration to apathy to leave me alone. I just want to be in my own pit. So it's like I feel like this is no action. There is nothing that needs to be done. Just self-isolate. Keep to yourself as kind of like, it's a progression here of solitude. It's like a separation. So the 4s, though, 4 representing for me stability, also a sort of balance, but mostly like a resting state. So if we had the 4 of Swords out here, that literally says rest, meditate, whatever, hide. So I that's what we should be doing, is kind of, but look at the distance, like their hands are touching. But if they were actually, you know, like embraced or whatever, that would mean something too. But I feel like it's like you have to keep your distance there if we're going intuitively on that one. Like what the when we were social distancing before, I remember joking around at work, like, you know, like arm's length, you know, my wingspan plus your wingspan is 6 feet, like stay away. And that's how we were like jokingly measuring how close we could be at work. So again, distance, not accepting, you know, be questioning, like her tone in her face is questioning, in my opinion, like, I don't know about that. So yeah, like kind of, anyways, so yeah, I don't feel like you need to do anything. Just, it's like kind of be patient, wait it out. Don't look, like this is like a self-isolation, like really like kind of I don't want to hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Like, I'm not here, you don't perceive me. That kind of energy. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for, we don't have to do anything. There's nothing you need to do. So that's a lack of activity. All right, so that's what I have for this glitter conspiracy reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you noticed anything intuitively in the cards that you'd like to share in the comments. But on the bottom of the deck, when I went to put these back just now, was, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I want to show you before I say it. This was the bottom of the deck. If anybody cares to take any stock in that. That is the 10 of Cups, which is happiness. All right. So, yeah, like I said, if you have any inputs or insights, or if you do any of that research I suggested and you find anything good, please let me know. All right. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more. I will talk to you later. Always remember that the magic you seek is within you. Have a blessed day.